This story, Section 27 and the Teddy Bear Clinic are taking education authorities to court over the alleged sexual assault of two siblings at school. The matter is on Thursday's unopposed roll at the Northwest High Court in Mahikeng. One pupil was allegedly raped by the school caretaker in 2015. 2 years later, the same caretaker allegedly sexually assaulted his first victim's younger sibling. The Teddy Bear Clinic and the children's parents have approached the court seeking an order against the school principal, the school governing body, provincial and national education officials. Well, for more on this and what we should expect in court this week, let's speak to Section 27's legal researcher, Motheo Brodie. Motheo, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. It's a very sad case. This is tragic, in fact. I mean, since 2015, finally looks like the matter will be in court. One would say, thankfully, to efforts of yourselves as an advocacy group and the Teddy Bear Clinic. Do you think justice will be done?
Well, we certainly hope so, Brodie. This case is one that Section 27 has been working on for quite some time. As you rightly say, the alleged rape of this learner happened in 2015, and there has been an absolute failure by education departments to, one, ensure that learners at the school are safe, but two, also to ensure some sort of justice for this learner, or these two learners actually, that have been sexually assaulted by the caretaker, or allegedly sexually assaulted by the caretaker at the school. Now, the case is going to be heard at the Mahikeng High Court on Thursday, the 24th, and it is on the unopposed roll, as you have mentioned, Brodie. And we are essentially just seeking an order from the court declaring that there has been a failure by education officials, which include the school principal, which include the SGB, provincial education departments and national, to essentially ensure that the schooling environment is safe. There's been a clear failure to report these instances of sexual assault that this caretaker has committed on these learners. And so the order would essentially just ask that the school investigates these allegations and ensures that proper disciplinary measures are put in place to ensure that no other learner is violated by this caretaker at the school.
Now, so after you get the order, what could happen next? Because this is now, it's an unopposed roll, which means there's nobody opposing it. So my understanding of that will mean that it should go through. The order should be granted on Thursday. What are the practical steps you'd expect next then to take place? The principal, the school governing body, the Department of Education will have to comply.
Sure. That's absolutely correct. What has transpired since we filed in the Mahikeng High Court last year, at the end of last year, is that after years of us writing letters to the SGP and to the school, once we launched papers, then the school principal and the SGP only then suspended this alleged perpetrator.
That's shameful. I mean, it's a disgrace that it took court application for them to act after so many years. So they felt the pressure from a legal perspective. One would then expect them to comply with the order because they're not opposing it.
Precisely, Brodie. And so what this order says is, what we hope the order says is that there must be disciplinary process and proper investigation. Once the order exists, we will be monitoring and putting pressure on the department and the school and the principal to ensure that this disciplinary process goes ahead, and it's one which is fair and one which will ensure that learners at the school aren't at risk anymore.
And satisfy the parents of the children who go to the school that they are safe. But isn't there's a law that says if you fail, if the principal or the SGB fail to report a sexual assault, it's a criminal offense?
That is correct, Brodie, and we have said that in our papers, in our founding affidavit, that we have lodged with the court. And these are some of the issues that we're asking that the department investigate, and we will be following up on that to ensure that there is accountability on the part of the education officials.
So we could see a criminal prosecutions here are coming out of this.
That's possible, Brodie.
Yeah, okay. And then finally, the police, have they been helpful here in this case at all? Or are you including them as a respondent in one way or another in this case? I don't know if the parents did report to the police way back in 2015 and in 2017 when the alleged sexual assault took place. Sure.
So this case is one of, as happens with a lot of sexual assault cases, it's one which just shows how the system is broken, right? Because these parents tried to open a case in 2015 after the rape, and part of our complaints was that the parents were treated so terribly. The case was not opened. There was, we have alleged that there was a failure by the police to carry out their obligations. And we have also opened a complaint. We have lodged a complaint on behalf of the family with the Civilian Secretariat for Police Services, complaining about numerous failures that the police have made in the investigation in this rape, in this sexual assault case. Okay. So that is another aspect of this case that is not being dealt with in this application, but we are assisting the family with ensuring that there is justice on that side as well.
Okay, we'll have to see what the court will order on Thursday and follow up on that and see how the police, for instance, respond to this and how the school, the principal, the governing body will comply, whether they'll be complying and how. And it's a disgrace that the parents were treated the way you say, Motheo, way back in 2015 and 2017. You see the police minister, Begitele, and the commissioners, and all of them announcing that it's important we treat GBV, gender-based violence, femicide, and abuse of children as well very seriously and give it a priority. But it looks like in other parts of South Africa, like Mahikeng, it's not happening. That's a disgrace. We'll have to wait and see. We'll follow up with you as an advocacy group that you are pursuing this matter with Teddy Bear Clinic on behalf of the family. Good luck, Motheo. Thank you very much for your time.